What is up, Taurus? How are you all doing, man? Guess what time it is? It's time to go ahead and knock out your July 2024 main monthly reading. So for those of you who want a personal reading, check down there in the description of this video. You will find a link that will take you straight to that page on my website, where you can read up on everything you need to know as far as how to go about doing that. All right, let's jump on into this. I'm actually going to start this off with some general messages. General, career, finance, friends, family, anything but love. So let's see what general messages we have for Taurus for July, universe. What general messages do we have for Taurus? Uh-oh. Some of y'all might have some issues with your mom, possibly. I don't know. Every time I do Taurus, the Empress comes out. Now, for those of you who don't know, the Empress is the Taurus card of the major arcana. Well, one of them. But yeah, some of you could possibly be having issues with your mom. If it's not your mom, it could just be somebody very, very close to you, close enough to be family. Things could be getting weird with this connection. All right, let's see. Ooh, some of y'all are really, really nervous about finances too. Ooh, I feel like the majority of you are really, really nervous about finances. Some of you possibly wanting to maybe find a different job, or wanting to know if there are any other options or opportunities out there. I think a lot of you are straight up ready to walk away from your job. But I think you're waiting, you're holding off on that. I don't really think you're actually walking away from your job because I'm not getting a really clear indication as to why, but it feels like a lot of you, for some reason, believe that there are no other options available to you. Why do you believe that? I don't know. I don't know if you've actually been trying and applying for other jobs to no avail, or if you're just putting limiting beliefs on yourself and you just haven't looked. You just don't believe that there's anything available. But yeah, it looks like the overwhelming majority of you are really, really tripping out about finances. Just to let you know, okay? This goes for everybody. I don't know one human being who hasn't been worried about finances for the last year. Not one. Not one. Even the most successful CEOs, entrepreneurs, and business people that I know have been tripping over finances over the last year. Everybody been worried about finances this last year. Everybody. Okay? But I'm not going all the way down that rabbit hole. That's a different topic for a different video. But whatever this is, whatever either family issue, I don't know. For some of you, like I said, it could be a problem that you're having with your mom or just somebody else very close to you. I do see you working this out with this person, whoever that is. Whether it's friend, family, it's not going to come to an end. You're not walking away from this connection in July. But you're still mainly sitting around tripping about finances, though. Let's get some general advice. General advice. Advice about general shit. Ooh, the Nine of Wands in the reverse. Ooh, and the Tower card, man. Okay. So I got to be really, really, really careful and picky and choosy how I word this advice. Sometimes, if you're in a situation in life where you are so desperately holding on to everything, and it just feels like what you're holding on to is hanging on by a thread, and you know that if you take a step back and let go for a split second, everything is going to crash and burn. Sometimes you really want to take a step back and ask yourself, maybe the universe doesn't want me in this position anymore. Whether it's a relationship you're trying to hold together, whether it's, your job or the house that you live in, or whatever the case may be. If whatever you're dealing with is just holding on by a thread and you have exhausted all of your energy desperately trying to hold this together, just play with the thought that, well, maybe the universe wants to clear the way and let old shit come to an end so that new things can be delivered to me. I know I know somebody who knows somebody who was recently going through something like that, who is on the verge of everything just falling and collapsing. And I was in a position like that where I held on for dear fucking life until I just couldn't hold on no more. Just until the universe just kicks the tower over. But then once you sometimes take a step back and just let whatever it is that's trying to fall apart, then you'll see that the universe was like, yo, I'm trying to get this shit out of your way so I can deliver you your blessings. See what I'm saying? So, and this goes with connections and relationships too. Because I kind of feel like a lot of you are dealing with somebody that if you take a step back and stop texting first, you'll never hear from them, right? Unless they need something from you. Well, ask yourself, and again, this isn't the end-all, be-all answer to every single problem. There's a time and a place for it. But if you're dealing with a connection, a friend, a family member, where if I step back and I don't reach out to you, I'm never going to hear from you. Well, then guess what? I guess I'm never going to hear from you again then. Because the only time we ever talk is when I initiate communication or you need something. So, no, I'm not doing that no more. Take a step back and ask yourself if that is really a person that you need in your life. And as far as tripping about career and finances, look, for those of you who have not gone and tried new things, I'm going to tell you what, right now, there are so many options and opportunities available to you right in front of your face, it's not even funny. If you have a cell phone in your pocket in 2024, the different ways that you could at least make a couple extra bucks on the side are the sky's the limit, dude. It is insane how many ways that you could make money. And I'm not saying go out and become a millionaire overnight, but make a couple extra dollars on the side. I'm telling you, don't blind yourself with limiting beliefs. You have to be able to tune into opportunities before they'll make themselves available to you. But you got to get out there and start trying first. All right, let's move on to the love section of the reading. Starting this off with just the person that you're interested in. Person that you're interested in, person that you're thinking about. Let's see. What is happening between Taurus and the person they're interested in July? Nine of Cups reversed. Some of you are interested in somebody at the workplace. You're getting a little bit impatient. Right? So I do think, long story short, I do think the two of you are going to end up coming together in a relationship. But it's right when you go to give up and walk away from it. Then I do think that a love offer is going to be made. As soon as you say, nah, you know what, never mind, I'm done with this. Fuck this, I'm done with it. That's when a love offer is going to be made. And I think the two of you are eventually going to end up together. I think so. And once it starts, it's going to start moving real quick between you and this person. Real quick. Really quick. So, okay. Some of you interested in a Scorpio. I also have Sagittarius and Cancer here. All right, well, let's see how this person feels about you. How does this person feel about Taurus, universe? How does this person feel about Taurus? They could see themselves being with you. They want to be with you. They absolutely do. They're just afraid that you're not interested in them. Oh, okay. That's what it is. They see, I think you intimidate them a little bit. They see you as being very, very independent. They see you as being independent, the type of person that doesn't need anybody, and that intimidates them a little bit. So they just assume that you would not be interested in them. And I think they've probably dealt with somebody like that in the past. They're comparing you to the last person that rejected them. Thank you, Deborah Kiefer, for that super chat. Appreciate you. Thank you. I think they're comparing you to the last person that rejected them. I think so. But they do have feelings for you. They do want to be with you. You just intimidate them a little bit. Well, let's see how the situation plays out for the first month. How is it playing out for the first month? How's this playing out for the first month? Okay, a little bit one-sided. A little bit one-sided. Uh-oh, hang on. Yeah, it's probably going to be more communication-based than anything. Yeah, it's more communication-based than anything, but you're becoming very suspicious of this person because look at this right here. Look what I got. Knight of Swords upright, Ace of Swords reversed. Knight of Cups upright, Page of Cups reversed. And so this person may kind of send you mixed signals and be a little bit hot and cold. So you're becoming very, very suspicious, wondering whether or not this is even somebody you can trust. Yeah, see. Okay. Yeah, your suspicion is starting to grow the more time goes on for the first month, I think. Well, let's get the advice. What is the advice? Four of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. Well, just take things slow in the beginning is the only thing I can say here. I know that sounds kind of annoying. A lot of you don't want to hear me say that, but that's really the only thing you can do in a situation like this is take things slow. And don't be afraid to express your concerns. Now, that, especially when you first connect with somebody, that can be a little bit touchy, like, well, how do I say it? You know, I don't want to offend them. I don't want to be rude. I don't want to push them away. But if somebody's sending you mixed signals and they're like hot and cold and on and off and in and out, we got to figure out a way to kind of bring that up to them and let them know that, hey, I mean, you know, sometimes I can't really tell what's going on with you, and it kind of bugs me a little bit because, like, you know, yesterday it kind of seemed like you just kind of hot and cold and in and out and on and off, and, you know, figure out a way to at least shine a light on the person's behavior, and in the most calm, cool, collected manner you possibly can, express your concerns while taking it slow. And hopefully, ideally, if this person really wants to be with you, they will at least try to put forth effort to alleviate your concerns. Whether they just communicate better or they start paying attention to their behavior, something. All right. Let's take a look at the person from the past. Past person that Taurus dealt with. If you're not wondering about a past person, this is not for you. Oh, there's still a major grudge being held here between the two of you. Major grudge being held. For those of you wondering if this person's still holding a grudge, absolutely. And it doesn't look like anybody is making the effort to try to extinguish the flames in the tower. So nobody's really doing anything to try to change this situation or fix it. Nobody is. Ten of Cups reversed. Lover's card reversed. Tower card. Ace of Cups reversed. Doesn't really look like a lot's happening in July. It don't. Some of you dealt with a Gemini. I also have Libra here. All right, well, let's see how the past person feels about you. How's the past person feel about Taurus? How do they feel about you? Ooh, they still feel karmically tied to you. So they still feel a major feeling of unfinished business, and they still keep a very close eye on you. They're giving you the silent treatment. So I think that they're still standing their ground. They're still standing their ground and maintaining their stance. So for those of you dealing with somebody that blamed you for something in the past that you didn't do, they're still blaming you. If you're dealing with somebody that just refuses to take accountability for something, if you're wondering whether or not they see the error of their ways, no. They are still completely ignoring the truth about this situation. But they still feel a strong connection with you, and they still keep a close eye on you. Okay. Well, we kind of got the outcome in the first spread there. Doesn't look like they're taking action. So let's get some advice here. What's the advice? What is the advice? What should Taurus do with this situation? Temperance reversed. Don't put your life on hold waiting on this person. Don't do that. Don't do that. So if you're not careful, you and this person are going to create some karma. Well, actually, technically, you're karmically tied now, technically. Because you still feel tied to them. They still feel tied to you. There's still a feeling of unfinished business that's mutually shared between the two of you. You're going to have to figure out some kind of sort of way to undo that karmic tie. At the end of the day, you're really the only one who can do it. You're really the only one that can do it at the end of the day. This is telling me not to let your guard down when it comes to this person. If this person tries to get your attention indirectly, ignore it. Don't respond to it. This is telling me that this person might try to play games with you and gaslight you. I mean, if they're standing their ground, you stand yours too. You stand your ground. If you know that they're the one at fault and they are just desperately trying to convince you that you're the one at fault, just stay away from that. So this right here is saying it's not worth the drama. Don't let your guard down. Now, I don't think this is going to happen in July, but way outside of the time block here, the Knight of Swords jumped out, indicating to me that I do feel like later on down the line, before 2024 is over, you probably will end up hearing from this person. And what they're probably going to do is wait a long time for you to let your guard down, for you to kind of forget about it until the dust settles. And then they're probably going to slide back up in there and see if they can play games with you. This is telling me to tell you, don't let your guard down with this person. Don't do it. Don't let your guard down. All right, well, let's see what's coming in for the singles. What is coming in for the single Taurus? What's coming in? Anything new coming in? Anything old coming back? Anything you should watch out for? Uh-oh, devil card. Some of you might end up connecting with somebody who wants a sex-based connection with you. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Be careful with this. You got a devil card, 7 of swords, king of swords reversed. Somebody that might just want a sex-based connection with you. They may be the type of person, especially if they make real good money, maybe very superficial, want to flaunt their money and you know, try to put on a show for you. And yeah, it doesn't look like they have the greatest intentions in the world. I think you're going to be tested. This feels to me like a test. But the good news is, I think the majority of the Tauruses that follow me aren't going to have to worry about that. I don't think so. Because I'm going to tell you what, you can't play games with the Queen of Swords. You can't play games with the Queen of Swords. You just can't. So I think that more than likely you're going to be tested. And how you handle this situation is going to determine whether or not you evolve to the next level or repeat a past cycle. Let's see how this situation's playing out. What's the outcome of this situation? What's the outcome? How's it playing out? Ooh, see? Your spidey senses be tingling immediately. You already know something feels very off. Very, very, very off. Because you dealt with something like this in the past. Okay? This makes your spidey senses tingle because the last time you dealt with somebody like this, you got stabbed in the heart. So I think you're standing your ground and holding back, and you're not going there. Looks like you're going to pass the test with flying colors. Wow, okay. Okay, well, does that need advice then? I guess we'll see if this needs any advice. Any advice? What's the advice? 7 of Cups. Okay, well, I know this is going to sound so cliche. This is going to sound so cliche, but don't be afraid to pay attention to your first gut instinct. Pay attention to that, okay? Now, if this reminds you, here's the same 2 cards I just held up in the last spread. If this reminds you of something you dealt with in the past, and you've dealt with somebody who's tried to run that game on you, you found yourself in this situation before, you've smelled this bullshit before, you know that This isn't just something that the universe is conspiring against you. You know, we all go through that, right? The universe will continue to put you through the same situations over and over and over and over until you demonstrate what lesson you learned. You're going to have to demonstrate it. I know a lot of you have been spending the past couple of weeks, possibly a couple of months, thinking about and talking about the lessons that you've learned from the past. And that's good. That's good. But you're not going to get to make it up to the next level until you demonstrate that you learned the lesson. So the universe is going to put you in a situation that resembles something that you've been through before. And again, as long as you learned your lesson from the past, it's not going to be hard. The people who have trouble, the people who keep repeating the same cycles over and over and over again, are the people who think, well, yeah, I've been here before, I've heard that before, I've seen that before, I've done that before, but maybe it'll be different this time. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. It ain't going to be different this time. If you keep playing the same games you've been playing, you're going to keep winning the same prizes you've been winning. Don't be afraid to walk away from something that doesn't feel right. Now, I'm not saying that you tuck tail and run the very first time something feels funny. That's not what I'm saying. It's not what I'm saying. But pay very close attention. Go out on one date and it feels weird. Something feels off. We're not really vibing. I'm gonna make that known somehow that, you know, I don't know. We'll see. I'm not sure if I know where this is going or not, but we'll see. And we go on another date, and then it just still feels weird, feels off. We're not vibing. Okay, well, I'm gonna let it be known that I don't know, man. I don't know where this is going, but we'll give it another shot. We'll see. And then we go on another date, one or two more dates, and it just still feels weird. I'm still confused. Something still feels off. My spidey senses are tingling. Okay, you know what? I don't think me and you are vibing. Something's off here. I don't know what it is that's off. Maybe it's you, maybe it's me, but we're not a vibrational match. We are not. So if it feels funny, especially if it's something that you've dealt with before in the past, don't be afraid to turn it down, okay? All right, well, I do feel like those were the messages that my Taurus friends needed to hear, so I am going to go ahead and end this video here. Thank you all once again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget to check down there in the description of the video if you would like to find out how to schedule a personal reading. And I'm out of here now, y'all. Thanks again for tuning in. I'll see you sometime between now and the rest.